there is a portal, which is a modern art project, but it's meant to look like a portal, a rip in space-time, in New York City and Dublin, Ireland. And the way the portal works is there is a live feed 24/7 in a little square in Manhattan and in Ireland. And people can just walk up and kind of wave, and they can see through to another world, another culture, and we can all connect, man. Isn't that so amazing? Wow, modern technology allowing us to reach across the ocean. So how is this being used? Well, pretty quickly after this installation went up, someone in Ireland decided that the main thing he wanted to communicate to the people in New York was how funny he found memes about September 11th. So he holds up a phone to the portal, and it's 9/11. It's the Twin Towers, yeah. And this is being magnified, obviously, on this big portal here. So first thing he does is this very offensive meme to New Yorkers. So then how do the New Yorkers respond to the people in Dublin? Well, very simple. A young woman at the camera. She's there just kind of around. There's a crowd. There's definitely a crowd very interested in Ireland. I think the New Yorkers are a little bit nicer than the Irish. You know, the Irish, very just mean-spirited, offensive. And then the New Yorker just... So what is this portal, this amazing... Our forebears could never have imagined that this kind of technology would exist. To connect disparate peoples across thousands of miles to... What is it being used for? It's being used for offending people, and that's it. And you know how we might have predicted that? We might have predicted that because we all already have a portal to all these other worlds, these disparate cultures. We have that portal in our pocket at all times. It's our phones. And do you know what people use their phones for? Occasionally to make a call, occasionally a text, maybe occasionally GPS. Mostly what they use their phone for is posting offensive things, and that's the main use. You don't need to be Nostradamus to understand that people would use this technology for the same purposes that it has been used for since it came about. The portal is now shutting down. Fair enough. It will continue to be abused in this way. And it's not even all that interesting. And it's not all that interesting because the internet has already flattened the world. It's just an artistic representation of this massive technological change that already took place decades ago, the effects of which are still being felt. But it just shows you how the schemes of the globalists, the utopians, the liberals, how they always come crashing down. We're gonna build a tower to Babel, baby. We're gonna build heaven on earth is what we're gonna do. No, you know what? You're just gonna get a lot of offensive memes, and that's because it's a fallen world, and because there is original sin and concupiscence. And frankly, the more you bring everybody together with one common language and one common experience and a big tower that goes up in the sky, actually, the worse things are gonna get. That's the portal. Many such portals throughout history. George Conway, he's a lib. He is the prominent lawyer husband of Kellyanne Conway, who ran Trump's campaign. But George Conway is a big never-Trumper. He's one of the founders of the Lincoln Project. It was, that group of, they were supposed to be the really moral, principled Republicans who opposed Donald Trump, even though they were all just complete con artist political consultants who were making a lot of money off of liberals to go out there and say, we're Republicans, but not that kind of Republican. And in any case, I digress in my invective against George Conway. I just want to point out this guy is a big lib. He's as anti-Trump as it gets. And he was asked on CNN, of course, what he thinks of the New York prosecution of Trump. And he said, you people, you stupid people, this is only helping him.
They're all working off the same talking points. I mean, they're saying exactly the same thing. And the fact of the matter is, I want to make a political point here. I've already made the legal point. The whole point here is that they say, oh, this is terrible. This is designed to keep him off the campaign trail. Well, actually, if you look at it politically, in my judgment, This is helping him politically in the following sense. It is keeping him from being on television saying all the crazy things that he was like in Wildwood the other day. That show in Wildwood, New Jersey, I wish it had been broadcast on this network and on all the other networks live so everybody could see how crazy he was. This is actually helping him politically by keeping the attention away from the nutty things he says and does.
Okay, I disagree with some of the details here, with some of his reasoning, but George Conway broadly is totally right here. I don't think that Donald Trump just always says crazy things that really turn people off. I think a lot of people are attracted to the things he says. I think that's how he beat Hillary Clinton in 2016 on his first real full-throated go for the presidency. But broadly, Conway is right, because there are three options here. First option is Trump gets no attention. He has no press on him. That is bad, because when you're running for president, you need to have attention. You need to capture the people's attention. So no attention on him, nothing going on. He's just sitting in Mar-a-Lago or playing golf. Bad. The second thing that could happen is if he were getting attention for what he is saying. Because even if he says the most beautiful things, even if he's giving the best kind of oratory since Abraham Lincoln or since Pericles, the media are always going to twist it and lie outright about what he says. So if he's just getting attention for what he says, it's potentially bad, because he might offend someone. He might alienate a voter. He might be lied about and slandered and libeled and taken out of context. So that could be bad. The third option, which is what is actually happening, is Donald Trump is getting attention strictly for being persecuted. So Donald Trump is getting attention without having to offer a positive vision. In his very person, he is a symbol now for the neglected, put upon American public, the people who don't feel that they have representation, who feel that their political system is ordered against them. Donald Trump is a symbol of that, and he doesn't need to say a thing. And so he can bring together all sorts of people who have contrary political views, people who want more free trade, people who want more tariffs, people who love the state of Israel, people who are for Palestine liberation, people who want to ramp up more war with America's foes overseas, people who are doves, who are even more isolationist. All of these kinds of people are in the Trump coalition, and they have contrary political views, in part because President Trump can just be an avatar for their frustration. President Trump can just be a symbol, and legitimately so, of Americans who are unjust victims of this unjust political order. That's the best possible world for Trump when he's campaigning. And George Conway sees it, and I see it, and somehow the Democrats don't see it, so they keep it up. Please keep it up. They're geniuses, those Democrats, aren't they? That was good. Now, before you go, subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you next time.